Quick update on the wildlife. The bumblebees, I found that one of those, like their honey pods, has been uprooted, but they seems like they're trying to collect. This is actually 3 days ago from posting. Put up a couple of plastic posts to protect it so the farmer doesn't run over the nest also. It's hard to see where the entrance is, but they are flying there, landing and disappearing. And then the birds, if you ask me, they look nice and healthy and about ready to leave. I can only see 4 in this video here, but I think I've seen 5 earlier. They look strong and ready to leave any second, if you ask me. Some nice evening for a barbecue outside. Fast forward 2 days, this was actually yesterday. Here I tried to take a picture of, we have falcons living in that house, old abandoned house, but it wasn't possible to get a picture good enough. Bumblebees seems to struggle a little, but they seem to still collect something from that honey pot, but I found a dead one and I think it's ants trying to attack them and get the honey. So looked around in the near area to see if there was any ant hills really close by. We have plenty of ants, so I would have looked at giving them a hard time and not messing with the bumblebees. Now to the birds. They are gone. Hopefully they were strong enough to leave the nest. Well, one is still there, but it's sadly dead, so if you don't like dead birds, look away. So, as I said, 2 days ago it was like I could only see 4, but I think there's been 5, so maybe he was just too weak, couldn't get up high enough to get any food at the end, so he didn't have the strength to leave the nest. Hopefully the others made it, but nature is reclaiming. Beetles are already crawling over him, and the ants are also trying to get some food out of there. Other than that, it's been a lot of other things than the forest machines that's needed work and the forest itself. So my dad's car had a flat tire. First time I've seen one of these like repair plugs fail. We use them plenty at work because we work next to a scrap yard on that car, and they are amazing. But we drilled it out and simply put 2 of those repair plugs in there. Let's see how that holds up. And an oil change in my dad's bike. Plug looked great at least. And my sister's car needed new brake pads, so me and our dad helped her out with that. She also wanted a set of these roof racks on there, so that stole some time. My car was in need of a new connecting rod for the sway bar. It was kind of rattly when driving on uneven roads, and had seen that when doing the oil change and made sure what side needed, so a cheapo replacement was bought. We did break both the lower and the upper nut because it was kind of rusty there instead of fighting with them. With the nuts undone, we needed to jack up, put some wood under this side and jack up the other to kind of level out the car, to not put stress on the piece we were trying to replace, and it came out so easily. And just slide the new one in place and tighten it back up. My dad had gotten hold of some building material that we don't really know what we're gonna use for right now, but it was put under a roof for storage until we figure out something it can be used for. And my motorcycle was in need of some, well, it ended up just getting new used brake pads because these were down to metal. I also replaced the bleed nipple on the rear that I had broken up off a couple of years ago, and just haven't touched it because it wasn't leaking. But now I was gonna treat the old girl with to some kind of slightly better pads and some fresh brake fluid. But what came out actually looked really good. But this is more of a transportation bike. I don't ride it super hard, so wear might not be that bad. My dad had taken an old fire extinguisher when they cleaned out some place that was out of commission. It was already used, and I have been looking at being able to bring a tiny bit of compressed air, if doing an oil change away from the garage or something, be able to at least clean the area around the plugs. So this might fit the bill to bring a small amount of compressed air. So played with the fittings I could find in the garage and some stuff laying around, and seems I might have something going, but this will be updated later if it works or not.